Gonna give the channel a few. Still just kind of getting set up here. I apologize in advance for anybody who was waiting for me to go live. I was having some technical difficulties with my internet today. So I wanted to try and get that straightened out. Pardon the racket while I close my garage door. Still getting set up here. So while we wait for a few more people to show up, I gotta check some things here. Hopefully my internet cooperates while I'm doing this. Not much left to do here. I got some giant pigtails to paint, which should go pretty quickly. And I got to bring up my YouTube channel here so I can monitor the chat. And then just moving a couple of things around here while I get ready. Got most everything all set up now, so that's cool. Actually getting ready to reconfigure some parts of my studio to better accommodate my quality of life in here. I hope everybody is having an amazing Sunday. I know some people might just be getting out of church, just going to lunch, whatever it is y'all do on Sundays. Maybe you're just cleaning house and doing laundry, or hopefully just relaxing and enjoying the day. That's what I really hope for everyone out there. So yesterday, what did I do yesterday? Let me move these out of the way. Yesterday, I worked on her head a bit, which is what I'm going to finish up today. I'm going to be trying out. So the base color I used for her hair is this. It's a really good, cheap airbrush paint by a company that I am probably not pronouncing their name correctly. Roy Zafar. I got this paint on. Uh, Forgive me if you've heard me explain this before, but I got this paint on Amazon. It's really cheap, and it comes with a very large selection of different paints, um, and they're airbrush. It says on the bottle airbrush paint. A lot of them do not need to be diluted with water. They spray just fine right out of the bottle. But I find for most of my airbrush activity, I need to dilute either a little bit or a lot, depending on the amount of transparency I'm going for in the paint. Anyways, uh, shameless plug here. I'm not sponsored by that company at all, but their paint's fantastic. It's a really good airbrush paint, and I do enjoy using it. It gets the job done, and it gets it done well. Um, I also use Pro Acryl. Thank you, uh, Sergeant Digital Designs, for that suggestion. Um, That being said, sorry, I was having a brain fart there. That being said, I have several different yellow paints to choose from that I'm going to be doing the highlights of her hair with, and I haven't decided on one yet. I have this really bright uh, phalanx yellow by Citadel. I think that might look good. I also have the Pro Acryl here, so that might look right. I'm not sure. Oops. This one looks like, yeah, it's pretty separated, so I haven't used it in a while, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that on my shaker. Which, by the way, this is the shaker I use, and it works great. It's got a timer built into it, and you can adjust the amount of shaking. On camera, it doesn't look like it's going very fast, but this thing's actually booking. It is hauling ass, and it works very, very well. Best shaker I've purchased since I got into this hobby, and that's probably thoroughly mixed by now. I'll just turn it on light, finish it up. Well, pretty slow today. We'll wait a few more minutes here to see if anybody jumps in. I will say a little disclaimer ahead of time about my live streams. Uh, they are not safe for work as far as my language. It's my channel, and I happen to be. I talk like a sailor, um, to put it bluntly. I cuss a lot. Uh, Sometimes. It depends on my mood. Usually, when I'm feeling artistic and working in the studio, though, any word may fly. So, just fair warning. Um, you will not see anything lewd or crude. And as far as comments are concerned, keep the comments nice. I'm no, uh, I'm no saint. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna check with a friend of mine to see if he can. Hey, bro, comma, I'm live. Period. If you're able to, comma, could you let me know if you can watch? Question mark. Yeah, I'm speech texting. Oh, looks like somebody's joined in here. If anybody just joined in, please feel free to leave a like and say hello in the chat. Let me know who's here. Happy Sunday to you and yours as well. I'm just deciding on what yellow I want to use to do the highlights in her hair. So I have these giant pigtails to paint, and I've got her head, and they're gone. Whoever was in here just now. So, anyways, yeah, I think I'm gonna do a little dry brushing, and this part of her hair is not attached yet, so that'll be nice and easy. And I'll just have to carefully dry brush around here to get those highlights on. And then, as far as the pigtails are concerned, we're going to be airbrushing those. Once that is done, I will be doing her lips and a little detail on her eyebrows and her eyelashes, a little bit of shading, and we're probably going to call it good after that. I'm excited. I'm super excited. Thank you, Jerry, for checking out my channel to see if you can watch my video. Hopefully, I didn't. Hopefully, I set it up correctly. Apparently, yesterday when I live streamed, I accidentally set the stream to private, so That would explain why nobody was joining. I'm still kind of new at this stuff. This YouTube shit is you're definitely on a learning curve when you first start up. So anyhow, I'm gonna be doing the pigtails, airbrushing those for the most part. I've got to still put the base color down for them. In fact, we'll probably do that first so that can dry while I'm dry brushing the hair on her head. And then at that point, yeah, we'll go from there. I don't know. So anyhow, just to catch you up to date, I've been working hard on getting the base done and her body parts here. Oh, hey, what's up, Jerry? Okay, good. Awesome. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you checking in for me. I really, really, really appreciate that. Jerry has unofficially become my tech support manager. Thank you, sir. All right. Let's reach up and get that paint. So, yeah, these are the two yellows I'm going to decide on. We'll probably just paint like a little swatch on one of the pigtails. Once I get the base coat down, we'll paint like a little swatch to see which one we like the best. And we'll go from there. But anyhow, yeah. Here's Sailor Moon. I'll let you check her out for a second. Yeah, that's it, Jerry. You are the tech support manager. Okay, here's a little spot right here I don't like. I'm gonna have to clean that up with some shadow. You probably can't even see it on camera, but there's a little blemish down there from the super glue that I'm gonna hide. Probably put a little shadow around her boot. There's a little support bump right there out of mole. That's one of the ways I cover up missed support bumps. If I find one on skin or something, wife is done in this store. Oh, do you wait in the car while your wife is shopping? That's what I do. Well, depending on the store, I have to say. Like if my wife says she wants to go to Michael's or Lowe's or something, I'm like, okay, I'm all about that. Let's do this. But if she wants to go to like Dollar Tree or I don't know, a store to look at clothes or something like that, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go wait in the car. That's cool. Okay. Oh, one thing I need to do is turn off my security camera in my studio. There, that's off. So that's one less thing connected to my internet. And yeah. All right. I'm gonna check my camera monitor to see how much lag there is. Nope. Did we freeze up? Oh wow, there's a lot of lag here. Let me reset this. I have to kind of constantly check my internet connection, unfortunately. Looks like we're moving pretty fast right now. But regarding the internet connection stuff, I'm going to be contacting my internet provider pretty shortly and letting them know, like, hey, fuckers, I want you to send an expert technician to my house because I have a YouTube channel that is dependent upon me having a good signal sometimes, especially on weekends when I'm doing live streams. I want you to run a cable or set up another modem, router, whatever, down in my studio so that I have a good, solid, steady connection instead of depending on a pod or something like that. But yeah, if anybody in the never mind, I'll figure it out. I'm just gonna make my internet provider do what they're supposed to fricking do. So anyhow, I think it looks like we got a couple people in the chat, and I'm ready to get going on this, whether there's anybody here or not. So let's get to it. I'm going to set her aside so she doesn't get paint on her. Obviously, that would be dumb. And I've got this little backboard. So I have this other project that's set up on my airbrushing table, and that is why I've been unable to use my uh, airbrush suction device thingamajigger. I could put it on here, but it's pretty bulky and difficult to move around, so I'm not putting it up there. So, anyways, let's get these bottles out of the way so they don't get paint on them. If you're hanging out watching the channel, let me know who's here. Say hello. Happy Sunday, everyone. I did tell a couple of subscribers that I would be going live, so hopefully they say hello when they pop in, if they pop in. I do understand it is Sunday. Some people are going to church, out to lunch. It's 12 o'clock here in Southern California. Beautiful day outside. Absolutely gorgeous. But I'm totally okay with hanging out in here because this is where I like to be. So, all right, we're going to mix this up. This needs to be a little thin. A little thinner than it comes, a little more thin than it comes out of the bottle. I'll show you the consistency I'm looking for here. And you can see, once this gets going, see how that's kind of hanging on there? It's got like a little tail as it drops out. That tells you right there the paint's just too thick to get through your airbrush. So you can see that it's pretty. It's got a low viscosity. It's not moving too fast, and we want it to move much faster than that. So we're going to do about a 50-50 mixture of distilled water and paint. And I like to use these little pipettes here to mix because that's what I'm going to use to put the paint in my airbrush. And we want to get this really well mixed. You can also mix it by pulling a little paint up and then kind of squirting it around in there. I personally don't like to do that too much just because it makes a lot of air bubbles. I've seen a couple people come in and out. Could be non-subscribers just finding the channel on my feed. If you're new to the channel and watching for the first time, if you like what you see, or you find my videos relaxing or whatever, please feel free to hit that like and subscribe button. Hit the bell notifications. You know the drill. If you hit the little bell notification, that just tells you you'll get a notification basically telling you that I'm going live or that a new video just dropped. I try to drop at least one short per week. And as far as project videos are concerned, those really depend on how much my day job and my personal life, how much time my day job and my personal life take up in a day. All right, so I'm loading up my airbrush with some paint here. And I'm gonna go get my glove. Bear with me one second. Oh, brand new box of gloves. Okay. I get gloves by Gloveworks off Amazon. I can show those to you. They're a little on the pricey side, but I love these gloves for their texture and the thickness of them. I use large 8 mil. I use these when I'm painting. I use them when I'm working with my 3D printer for obvious reasons. When I'm painting, it's generally not only to keep the piece clean that I'm working on, but also to you don't want oils from your fingers and stuff like that really getting all over it. So yeah. That being said, do a little test squirt. I just cleaned my airbrush out last night. We are flowing paint well, and let's get to it. Again, this is just a base coat. For doing blonde hair, this yellow ochre makes a really great base for your blondes. I like it. That's looking good. I like the consistency of my paint. Everything's flowing nicely. I do not own the rights to any of the music you may or may not hear in the background. The band we're listening to right now is called Hammock. Very easygoing, easy listening stuff. If you like what you hear, definitely support the band. Get out, purchase their music. Really ethereal, relaxing stuff. Similar to the kind of stuff I like to play on my guitar, and I'll play along with this kind of stuff when I'm playing my mandolin or something. Just good relaxing shit. Hey Liz, how are you, girl? Happy Sunday, my dear friend. So if you just popped in, Liz, I'm not going to say who you are unless you give me the okay to say who you are. Obviously, without much detail or anything. Oh, look at you, Liz. You got #2 fan. So right now, Liz, I'm just base coating her pigtails here. This is the layer that goes underneath all the blonde highlights and stuff I'll be adding in a few. It's a really nice, this yellow ochre is a really nice color to base out for blonde hair. Yes, you did make it in. Thank you. I'm stoked you're here. That's my airbrush. You hear the airbrush compressor you'll hear in the background from time to time. It's got to fill the tank. So, Liz, with your permission, I can say who you are and why you might be here watching this video today. Your call. Totally up to you. I'll turn this music down a little bit. Cool. Okay, Liz has given me her permission to, and thank you, dear, to say who she is to a degree. Obviously, I'm not gonna tell you guys her life story because I don't know it, and that's none of your damn business. Um, but Liz, one of my dear subscribers, is the commissioner of the project we are looking at in front of me right now. We will not talk about prices. I never discussed that on my channel. But yes, she is in fact the payee of the person. Basically, she is sponsoring this video. Let's say we'll say that. So thank you, Liz. I appreciate you being here and everything you do for me. Need to add some more paint here. We're gonna carefully set that down. Come to think of it, I'm just gonna have to mix up some more. Liz, did you come in time to see what we've got finished so far? Did you miss out on? Well, I sent you a picture of Sailor Moon's head, so you already know where I'm at with that. I don't know if it looks different on video or pictures or what. Thank you, Liz. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. This up. All right. Yes, this is my wife's old hair dryer. It was her hair dryer until I absconded it. If you paint or you're into airbrushing and you use an hair dryer to dry your parts and stuff, get yourself one with a cooling button. You don't want to really be spewing super hot air on your paint and your resin printed objects, especially anything printed in PLA, PETG. That stuff can soften up and melt on you really quick and easy. Okay. There. See, now after a quick dry, I can actually handle this and not get any paint on my hands, which is nice because I'm going to need to move my hand up here so I can paint this shit. And I'm seeing, so as I was going through and cleaning it up, there's a couple of marks here from scraping like support bumps and stuff off. So to fix that, it's super quick and easy. We're just going to put a little bit of white paint on top of that and then paint over it. And to do that, I'm going to use a dry brush. Let's make sure this dry brush is cleaned up real quick. This is a dry brush pad. This is a dry brush. And to clean your dry brush, you put a little bit of water in there. You can dampen it up. And then you're going to run it across the spongy stuff. And that basically scrapes clean your previously dirty dry brush. All right. Just a little bit of white paint here. This is kind of scary. I got the commissioner of this project watching, so you get to see if I make any mistakes or anything. And trust me, there are mistakes in this model as I've been going through it, but they have all been fixed and are being fixed as I go along. And you won't see them. Now, one really cool thing I'll say about this project that I have to really praise Liz for, aside from, hey, thanks for paying me to do this, thanks for sponsoring this video. She's actually, her sister is a really big fan of Sailor Moon, and she's purchasing this figure sculpted by Nomnom Figures for her sister, which I thought was really sweet. Very, very cool. I recently gave my sister, I was finally able to give my sister a model I made for her months and months ago, but she lives about an hour and a half away and she doesn't get down to Ventura very often, so. Oh. So yeah, it was nice to finally give that to her. All right, those little nicks are all covered up well. So now we can get back to airbrushing. You'll see that white paint just disappears because obviously we're painting over it. I hear my airbrush whistling a little bit. So I think I'm shaking a little bit because my blood sugar feels a little low. Let's fix that real quick. Caffeine free, but definitely has tons of sugar in it. And no, I'm not diabetic. I also have to say, regarding this model, for any of my fellow hobbyists out there, this model was sculpted by a company called Nomnom Figures. You can see their name in the title. And I'm going to give them a shameless free plug here and say that please go check out their channel if you like this model. Or not their channel, I apologize. Their Patreon page. Um, they are watching and will be watching this video, but well, I hope they do anyways. They know about it. But definitely please check out their Patreon. They've got some fantastic models. If you're into anime, stuff like Sailor Moon, I think they've got some Gundam stuff on there, Naruto, Goku, you name it. Check them out. They're awesome. Really good artists over there. I highly recommend supporting what they do. All right. We are looking fairly well covered here. Cool. All right. I'm happy with that. It's a nice start to some blonde pigtails. All right. Saw a little spot there that needed some more paint. I see another spot that needs a little more paint. All right. I'm happy with that. Actually, what might be better? Let's get one of our alligator clip that things. There we go. So a little slow in the chat today. That's all right. A little slow in the viewership, but that's all right. Sundays are weird. They're kind of hit and miss sometimes. With Sundays can be hit and miss with the viewerships, in that people are out doing shit, you know, going to church or out to lunch, fucking day drinking at the bar, whatever. Please drink responsibly for anybody, any of my friends or subscribers that might do that. So I'm just setting that rig up so it can dry a little further. I kind of just jerry rigged it up there. I used another alligator clip to hang it, and then we're gonna move on to our next one. Let's add a little more paint to our cup because we're gonna need it. Probably gonna need more paint than that too. And I need another alligator clip. Before we do that, I forgot to clean this one up too. So some quick dry brush to fix those little spots. See, like, there's a little tiny support bump right there that I missed. It's crazy how invisible these things are sometimes until you get some paint on it. There we go. You'll notice, anybody watching this later or whatever, I'm following the grain of the hair as I'm covering it up. There we go. There's another little tiny bump. These little bastards are the bane of my existence sometimes. As for anybody that's into this hobby, you just want to very carefully scrape that away. Oh, excuse me. Oof. There's post prep, and then there's post prep. All that fun stuff when you're doing this. It's kind of one of the reasons why I like live streaming every once in a while too. Is just, hey, nothing's perfect. Nothing goes along smoothly and effortlessly in this hobby. There's always something popping up that's going to challenge you. The cool thing about live streaming is that, sometimes people that are just starting in this hobby or whatever, they'll see me screw something up and then they'll see how I fix it. And, well, not even just me screwing up, it's just something that happens. It's just part of the hobby. And there's a million different ways to fix something, touch it up, and this is a great way to show people how to do that otherwise might not know. I'm also not the only channel out there doing this shit. So there's that. That looks good. So I think this is the orientation the hair sits on. Or no, I think this is her left one. So that's cool. Alright, that looks good. Oh, catching more of them. So, Liz, if you're still here with us, what are you up to today, girl? What's happening? I'm gonna do this away from my bench. I just saw a spot that just needed to be sanded. There, that looks better. Oh, you're awesome. Liz is a soccer mom. Well, crap. Thanks for supporting my channel while supporting your son. That's dope. That, my friends, is an involved and dedicated parent. Kudos to you, dear. You are doing it right. And hey, thanks for checking out the channel while you're supposed to be watching your son's soccer game. Tell your son I'm rooting for his team and him. Kick butt out there, my dude. All right. Oh, where's my driver? There we go. Ah, cleaning up my dry brush here a little bit. You are the queen of multitasking, I must say. Seeing you at work occasionally, I'm always grateful for how prompt and amazing you are at what you do. I gotta say, the new guy seems like he's doing well, I hope. Wow, 2 games in a day. I was just thinking about that. Like, I remember when, got Liz, remember when we could just go all day, like nonstop, just running, playing, running again, playing more. Remember when we were young and not crippled? And well, I mean, I'm considerably older than you two, to be fair. Liz is young. Ah, to be young and beautiful and have your whole life ahead of you still. I'm jealous. Right? I miss that era as well. I miss skateboarding. I miss it a lot. I skate vicariously through all these other kids now. Of course, they do shit that like we hadn't even thought of yet when I was growing up skateboarding. I mean, it was coming. To be fair, a lot of the tricks kids are doing now were all invented. Well, the origins of those tricks were all invented by us old timers. So you're welcome, you little punks. Skateboarding is my jam, as the kids might say. Saw some more bumpy bumps that I didn't like, so we're getting those gone real quick. One of the uh, one of the downfalls of 3D printing, no matter how good your settings are. So don't come at me about, if you're watching this video, like don't come at me later about like, oh, your printer settings and stuff like that. My printer settings are dope. I have great printer settings. You cannot 3D print anything SLA or PETG, whatever the hell you do. You can't do it without having support bumps. That's just part of how this shit works. So don't come at me, bruh. Don't come at me. Or you can come at me. I'm not gonna change my fucking settings. My settings are good. All right, I'm happy with that. Time for the next step here. All right. Since I'm kind of doing a base color, I'm gonna turn up my air pressure a little bit here. Well, actually, it looks like I'm getting a clog. That's not that's not bueno. No, we're moving paint, so let's see how it goes. I may have to pause and clean out my airbrush though, which is just a necessary evil sometimes. Oop, don't drop. Oh yeah, no, we definitely have an airbrush problem. Okay, let's fix that. That's another thing about live streams is the shit happens. So we're gonna suck all the paint out of this cup, put it away. Probably got like a little SCOBY trapped in there, which is a little airbrushing slang term for a gob of dried fucking paint or something. It's usually like a wad of rubberized paint stuck in your nozzle. So we just start by cleaning this all out. And this can happen from like not mixing your paint well enough, Ron, or whatever. Sometimes, yeah, you just don't know. Or I failed to clean out my airbrush thoroughly last night. Don't know. You want to get all that dried paint, any kind of dried paint, off the rim of the cup. Hold on. Hopefully, I'm still live here. We're still live. Hopefully we're still alive here. And my wife just tried to call me. Sorry, babe, can't answer unless you're dying. Hopefully that is not the case. She very well could have butt dialed me too. So I've got some alcohol in the cup here, and I'm gonna just let that sit for a minute. And what that'll do is kind of soften up any paint that's left in the cup. Take this opportunity to text my wife and make sure she's okay. Thank goodness the phone call didn't seem to interrupt the live stream, but for maybe a second. My wife is out of state right now. Oh, she's not answering my text message or even reading it, so guess we're safe. I don't have to pause. So I'm checking my flow and making sure that I'm not seeing bubbles come up, which we are not. Flow definitely not feeling right though. So we're gonna disassemble real quick. Anybody that airbrushes, this shit's gonna happen to you. Doesn't matter how long you've been airbrushing. I've been airbrushing for 35 years. Usually that's the culprit in there. But I'm going to take the whole thing apart just in case. All right, except for this. The body seems fine. It's almost never a body problem. Okay, gasket looks clear. Everything looks good. Okay, set that aside. Cup's clean. Good. Okay. And nozzle looks good. I'm just going to very carefully use my needle to. All right, we got plenty of clearance. So what I'm checking for on the needle here is to make sure there's no rings of dried paint stuck anywhere on there. Tip is nice and straight. This is a brand new 0.28 millimeter nozzle that I ordered from Germany. One thing about Harder and Steenbeck, and this is not a bad thing, their replacement parts can be quite pricey, but it's a freaking titanium needle, and it is, I mean, this is German craftsmanship at its finest. All right. Now, my nozzle looks really good. It looks clean inside. Visual inspection passes. So what I like to do is I'll take a little bit of compressed air, and you can just put the needle inside the hose and like so, and blow on it, and any loose paint in there will typically find its way out or right around the edge here. But we're looking pretty good. And then I'll give it another squirt from the back end to, hey, don't go there, you dirty-minded people. But yeah, just to make sure that that is cleared out. Just returning my wife's text message. She said sorry. I'm like, no sorry. I love it when you call me. But right now I'm live streaming. And as I stated in an earlier conversation with you, to please text only unless it's an emergency. Because I can see my text messages on my iPad. Ed, tell your dad I'm live streaming and that he can cruise on and watch if he wants. All right. When you put your needle back in, pro tip here, when you put the needle back in, very carefully push it until you, there, just be gentle when you push it in here. The nozzle is soft, it's like brass or something, but you can accidentally widen the tip of your nozzle if you push too hard on that needle trying to get it in there. So don't fucking do that. It's a $70 needle. You don't want to screw up your needle and your nozzle. Okay, we're feeling good here. Let's reattach our hose. And we're going to just put a little distilled water in the cup to do a little test run. I like to start by not spraying, but just checking air for air bubbles. If there's any blockage in there, that'll produce it. There we go. Now we're spraying paint. So whatever clog that was in there is no longer in there, and we're spraying good now. So let's get back to it. I'm definitely going to need more paint, just in case. I'm going to give this another mix. Just to be sure. All right. Should be good. That's better. A little bit of water. About the same amount of water as paint. So I can see we've got a couple viewers in the live stream with us. Feel free to say hi. Hope you guys are having a great Sunday. That looks good. All right. Ready spaghetti. I knew that was going to happen. All right. Before I pick it up again, I'm going to use my hands. So I'm going to just dry this off. Do a quick little blow dry. Sorry about the earthquake. So who's all here with us today? Happy Sunday. What is going on, my friends? Sorry, I keep bumping my camera here. All right. So now I can hold it with my hands and have a little better access. If you're new to my live streams, I should tell you that typically when I live stream, because I have my microphone plugged into my phone, which is my camera, I record or I live stream until my phone battery is pretty much dying. Once that happens, I will typically shut down operations until my phone is charged again. And then I either resume live streaming about an hour later or I don't. Okay, I see a hair or something that I don't like. It needs to come away right here. Lately, I've been finding spider webs, guys, on my on some of my stuff. And I've got like 2 or 3 little jumping spiders that hang out here on my workbench. Bother me at all. I don't bother them. So if you see one, leave a comment that you saw one, and we'll try of the video. Need more paint. I may be pausing the live stream today for a few. One, because I'm hungry, getting hungry, and 2, because I've got some things I need to do at some point today, and I don't want to do them too late. I got to go to Lowe's. I want to look at a new patio table for my wife and I, because our patio table is old and falling to shit. Rust is beginning to take over, so its integrity as a table is beginning to diminish. And that aggression will not stand, man. If you know what movie I just quoted, leave a comment. All right, we're going to hang that for a moment. In much the same fashion as the previous, which is now dry. All right, good deal. Just giving that a little blow dry here. All right, move this aside so we can clean out the pot, clean our cup out. Start by removing excess paint with the pipette. Gives us less to clean. And everybody's gone. Either that or my channel's fucked up again. Internet something. All right. Just cleaning out my airbrush cup here. Get ready for our next color. All right. A little bit of airbrush cleaner, followed by a final rinse. All right. Setting up for some dry brushing. I haven't decided if I'm going to dry brush these pigtails or airbrush them. I feel like dry brushing is going to be the better option. So in the meantime, I'm setting up a little dry brush area to try it out with to decide which paint I want to use. So we've got golden yellow or phalanx yellow. I'm going to try this golden yellow first. Don't need much, just a drop. And big airbrush. I'm going to get just a little bit of paint on there. Like so. I like the way the dry brushing is working because it's leaving some of this yellow ochre underneath. Not sure if you can see that. I'll move my light. All right, so there's that yellow. This is the proacryl yellow. It looks nice. I don't dislike it at all. All right, let's try this other. It's almost fluorescent. It's a trip. All right, now we're going to try this phalanx yellow by Citadel. See how much brighter that is. And then we will make our decision. Oops. This is a much brighter yellow. Hey, what's up, Jerry? You're back. It's a short errand. Doesn't suck. Yeah, doing a little dry brushing to decide on which color I want to use. So for that one, we're going to use this piece of hair. So this is with, so I did yellow ochre as a base, which is this color. And then I'm doing highlights now, and we're just testing it out. So the first highlight is this golden yellow by Proacryl. Looks all right. I feel like it's a little dull. And then the other one is by Citadel. It's this phalanx yellow. So we're going to try that out now. See which one we like the best. And this is much brighter. I think I already like this one better. Tell the wife I said hi. I'm heading back out in a bit. Yeah, I'm gonna have to head out in a little while myself. I gotta go to Lowe's today. Oh, bummer. What man doesn't like making a trip to Lowe's or Home Depot, whatever floats your boat. I'm not a Home Depot guy myself. You know, I think I'm really digging this yellow much better than the other one. The dry brush is really nice too. So let's compare the two. I'm gonna go with this one. I like this one much better. The Phalanx Yellow. I think that's much nicer. Yep, I like that. So we'll set that aside and we're gonna just keep working on this one then. Go over what. Yeah, that looks much better. Thank you again, Citadel. Let's, I like this color. Hello, Ms. Rojas. Or whatever your last name is, if you kept your maiden name. My wife kept her maiden name, which I have no freaking problem with. Like, I would never, in a marriage, try to convince my wife to take on my last name. Like, that's just it's such a headache for women to have to like. No offense to anybody who does. I mean, you guys do you. You know, whatever floats your boat. Whatever floats your boat. Um, but I mean, God, the the hoops and shit you women have to go through to change your name, and in some cases change it back again if something ever happens, whatever. I mean, God, it's got to be such a fucking pain in the ass. So yeah, my wife kept her last name, which I'm totally cool with. This is a really nice color with this yellow ochre. I really like it. I'm gonna remember that for future blondies that I gotta paint. So did my best to clean this hair up, and it's looking pretty damn nice now. Use a little more paint here. Oh, wife took your name. Okay. Yeah, I mean, very cool. You know, like I said, whatever. I mean, shit. You know, whatever the hell you want to do. Nothing wrong with it either way. Keeping the name, changing it, whatever you girls want to do. I actually know married men that took their wife's name, which I thought was interesting and super cool. Absolutely. There's no reason why the woman has to change her name. Buck the tradition. Fuck the tradition. I, I'm not going to get political or anything. I will just say that the institution of marriage can be an interesting thing. We'll just say that. So I'm not doing these highlights just old anywhere. Um, I'm kind of basing it on how they fall in the model. So like this hair is kind of underneath, so only this little area will be getting a highlight. And that's going to create some volume by doing it that way. Give the hair a little more depth. No, Jerry, you didn't miss anything really. I'm not here to talk about marriage or people's name changes, anyways. It's all good. All right, that's looking nice. I'm liking that. There's a little spot of paint right here. It's driving me fucking crazy right now. Uh, Apparently my airbrush decided to spit. There we go. Let's do the quick fix on that. Okay, good. That filled in nicely. Now I need to closely inspect this little spot. It's still bugging me. What does it need? I see. Okay. Nope, still not ready. Bear with me, I'm just fixing a little trouble spot that I don't like. Go. Absolutely maddening when this happens. Granted, the owner, it's not something the owner would ever fucking see, but I know it's there, so it's got to go. I mean, I literally have to wear magnifiers to even see this, but because I know it's there, I can't let it slide without fixing it. There. Now I'm satisfied. Life can go on. Yep. See that anymore? Good. Give her a quick blow dry. Sorry, my audio was a little off for a minute there. I'm definitely getting hungry. All right. Much, much better. Okay, back to dry brushing. Yeah, I'd like to go get sushi or something today, but I just don't have time for that shit. Save it for Friday. That's my tradition. Every Friday after work, I take myself out for sushi at my favorite sushi place. Gotta treat yourself. You know, with the wife out of town, I only have myself to cook for, so I'll probably just make a salad or something. Actually, sounds good. Yeah, I wish I wasn't hungry. I'd love to just keep going. Tempting to just like DoorDash or order pizza or something, but I don't want to do that. I think this one goes either on that side or this side. I can't remember. Oh, definitely the other side. Okay. Oops. She's lost her head. No, I have not glued that part on yet because I still have to work on her face. And it'll be easier to dry brush without it on there. Yeah, I like that. All right, cool. We shall set this one aside and call it good. Oh, no, we're not going to call it good. I see I missed a shadow. Missed a spot. Right here. There we go. That was it. All right. And this one, the orientation, I believe, is like this. Just double check it. So basically, I'm checking my light source. Shit, maybe I had it wrong. Oh, I gotta look at the reference picture. The this is the render. Okay. Which one is it? Okay, that's her left side. This is the other side. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, this is correct. This way. Yeah. All right. Cool. You can probably hear those crickets in the background. Had this family of crickets in my studio, well, in my garage for the longest time. I just don't have the heart to try and wipe them out. They're minding their own business, doing their little cricket things, whatever crickets do. You know, crickets basically eat and fuck and chirp. I think that's pretty much it. I used to raise crickets for um, exotic reptiles because I kept and bred exotic reptiles. So I always had crickets in the house. And through my many years of careful observation of cricket activities, I found that crickets basically eat and fuck and chirp, and that's it. That's their whole life. And if you think about it, you probably don't want to think about it as much as I have because I've really given this a lot of thought over the years. about cricket life, and they fucking have it made. Like, can you imagine? Just you spend your whole life just eating. I mean, sure, you got to sleep. Everything sleeps, but just your daily life is just eating and fucking and chirp chirp. I mean, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that life. That's that's amazing. I'm not saying I want to be a cricket. I don't. I don't even know how to get my legs in the right position to make the chirping sound. Oh wait, their wings. Crickets do not rub their legs together to chirp. They use their wings. But anyways, I digress. Um, I mean, that's not life when you think about it. I couldn't do it. Like I said, I'd have trouble with that whole chirping thing. I don't have wings. I suppose if I was a cricket, I could make the chirping sound with my wings, but alas, I don't have wings. And don't tell me to just drink a Red Bull. They got sued for that. They don't give you wings either. Sorry, I'm just being silly. I just, I kind of envy crickets. I secretly envy crickets. Well, I guess it used to be a secret. Everybody knows now. All right, so let's do a poll. How many people are watching? I think, okay, so there's 3 people on the channel watching right now, if they're even watching. Um, Jerry's probably watching because Jerry's awesome. I don't know who else is here. But who would be a cricket if they could? And like not one of those crickets that's gonna get eaten by a lizard or something. Let's just say you get to live out your entire cricket life in my garage, for example. Would you do it? And if so, why? Leave a comment in the comment section. No, I'm not high or anything. That's a serious fucking question. I don't get high. I'm just kidding. I might sometimes. Because weed's awesome. All right. All right. Still need some more highlighting. Crickets are kind of ugly. They're cute in a way. I guess they're cute in like a crunchy sort of chewy way. think we're looking good here. All right. So now that that is complete, we are going to seal these, which means I got to open my garage door and bust out a rattle can, which I will be sealing these off camera, but I still have my microphone with me, so we will still be able to hear each other. Now I'm trying to think of the best way to do this because I need to hold on to them with an alligator clip, but the keys are so small that the clip doesn't typically hold on to them very well. I got an idea. Okay. Let's set my little trash can outside real quick here. And I'm going to hold these over my little spot so that if they do fall out of the clip, they won't have far to fall. And for sealer, I'm just using this flat clear by Krylon Fusion. It works. I like it. And here we go. Perfect. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Slipped out of the clip the second I brought it back in. Don't. Just hang on to that for me. All right. Thanks for bearing with me, folks. I appreciate you. I'm just gonna. This is gonna just blow off in the wind. So. I think I might take a break from the live stream here after this, so I can go get something to eat and take care of a couple errands. But this model is getting finished today, no matter what. I will work on her into the night if I must, but she will be delivered. Gosh dang it. She's going to be delivered to this week. Period. All right. Very careful here, please. Beautiful. Those look good. Those look great. I'm very happy with that. The way the blonde turned out. So Sailor Moon has there's a couple of jewels in her pigtails. So those are going to be gold with red, and then like a little highlight in them. And then all I'll have to do is work on her face, which really isn't much to do, and we're gonna call her good. But we'll get there when we get there. In the meantime, I'm going to pause this live stream for a little while so I can go take care of some errands and get something to eat. And I will catch up with you guys a little later today. Thank you very much. Much love to you and yours. And as I always say, happy 3D printing, happy painting, and have a nice day. Toodles.